More and more there's a demand for vegetarian delight. So I've got Dominique Rizzo here to show us one of her favourites using tofu.
Yes, Justine, this is a really delicious dish. It's a honey soy tofu and vegetable stir fry.
So I guess you're taking that honey soy chicken concept and
just giving it a little bit of a twist.
Great.
Okay, so look, I'm going to get started on chopping up the tofu. I'll get you to start cutting up the vegetables and we're going to do a crispy tofu. So I'm just going to dice it. You can really cut this any way you like, but I like to dice it. Instead of frying the tofu, we're going to be putting the tofu into the oven and getting it really nice and crispy so that it has that great texture and really kind of substitutes that chicken flavour.
Usually you would fry this in lots and lots of oil, but because you've partnered up with Light and Easy, you really have to think outside the square and try to find ways of still getting that crispiness but putting a bit of a healthy twist on it.
Exactly. Well, the team at Light and Easy do a great job at really making their meals healthy as well as tasting delicious. And this is a fantastic spin-off from one of their favourites, which is, as you said, is the honey soy chicken. So all I'm doing here is just tossing the tofu with a little bit of soy sauce, a little splash of oil, and that soy sauce just gives the tofu that really nice umami kind of flavour, and it's almost sort of like having it marinated. And then all we're doing is just throwing it into some corn flour.
Now I'm chopping some capsicum, we've got gorgeous carrot, cauliflower, broccolini, edamame, so lots of veggies is important for this.
Exactly. Well, a lot of us find it difficult. I mean, I know I do, to get those 5 serves of vegetables into your daily diet. This is what Light and Easy really try and achieve with all of their dishes, is to incorporate lots of vegetables. And this is a really high protein dish as well. You kind of think a lot of people go, oh, tofu, you know, but once it's got some great flavour to it, it's really delicious, really good for you and keeps you full for longer. So just pop this on the tray. Now we're going into a 180-degree oven and we really want a little bit of colour on these because we are wanting to kind of mimic that nice sort of roasted or fried chicken. So I'm just going to pop that into the oven. Okay, so the tofu's in. Now, Justin, I'm just going to add a little oil. We'll get to stir-frying.
And what type of oil are you using for this?
This is just you could use a sunflower, just a vegetable or canola oil. Now, with stir-frying, as most people know, just have the pan really nice and hot because you really want a quick cook. We still want some nice crunch in the vegetables as well because we are going to add these back into our sauce. Wait for the sauce because that is really a delicious part to the dish. Edamame, I love using edamame, and you can pick these up, keep them in the freezer. Really full fibre, great flavour, and some good protein too.
Yeah, you can find edamame now at your supermarket.
Yeah.
That's new, I think.
In stir fries, you can throw them into soups, salads. They're really nice and tasty. You know, cover them with spices, bake them in the oven. Now, I know some people watching might go, oh, gee, that's a lot of ingredients. I can't get all those ingredients, or I'm not a great cook, or, you know, perhaps they don't have time. So that's why it's really convenient that you can actually have the Light and Easy version of this honey soy tofu in the freezer, and it's ready in 8 minutes.
Fantastic. Okay, garlic finely chopped. I'll pop that back in the bowl ready for our sauce in a moment.
So, Justine, we're going to take these out now. We've got them to that al dente. They've still got a good crunch in them, but because we're going to throw them back into the sauce, they will continue cooking. So we don't want them to overcook. So I'm just going to tip them in here.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than vegetables that are too soft in a stir-fry.
And stir-fries are renowned for that really quick, you want that nice quick cook and a really nice crunch. Okay, so now for our sauce, we're going to go in just another little tiny drizzle of oil. The garlic that you've chopped up. So as we said, this is a honey soy tofu and vegetable stir fry. So we've got 2 different soy sauces that we're going to be using. Just a light soy, just a little splash of that in there. We've got a sweet soy sauce.
Yeah, it's balancing it out. I think a light soy, because you're reducing it, you don't want it to be too salty.
You don't want it to, that's right. It's a little splash of the sweet soy. And of course, our honey, we've got some gorgeous manuka. I feel very special about
only the best
manuka.
For you.
My goodness. So just a nice good spoonful. And then we're going to finish this off just with some water. What I love about this sauce is it creates a beautiful gloss to the vegetables and a really fantastic, that great umami flavour, which is really wonderful and delicious with tofu and vegetables. So we'll bring that to a simmer. Once it just kind of coats the back of the spoon, we're going to go in with the vegetables. And I can smell that tofu now, so that should be really nice and crispy. And then we'll throw that in and it's ready.
Nice.
Justine, the sauce is perfect. So see how it coats the back of the spoon? And we've got a really beautiful gloss. So we're going to go in with those vegetables.
Okay.
I'll do this. If you can grab that tofu out of the oven.
Okay, golden brown.
Fantastic. There we go. So there's enough here for 4, Justine. So if you're feeding 4 or if you're feeding yourself, you can put some in the freezer.
Right.
So all you want to do is just give it a little bit of a light toss because you kind of don't want to break that tofu up too much. If you're not confident with the tossing, just grab a little spoon and just kind of lightly just sort of toss them together. And then once you've got it nice and coated and you're trying to keep the edamames in the pan,
I'll help you with that.
we're ready to go. So we're just going to serve this with a little bit of steamed rice.
Okay.
So this would be just for one. A little bit of rice
And because
on the side.
there's so much going on in the stir fry, you really don't need that much rice. I think that's the key. It's all about portion control.
Exactly.
When you're trying to have a bit of a lighter
option. That's right. So we'll just put a little bit of everything in here. Make sure you get a nice selection of the cauliflower. We've got the edamame, a few great pieces of tofu, some of the green, and then just drizzle over a bit of our gorgeous honey sauce.
And see how it's thinned out slightly? This is good because that's why we reduced it.
Exactly.
So reducing the sauce is important because when you put everything back together, it'll loosen.
That's right. The vegetables will kind of just give it a little bit of that liquid, almost like a natural kind of vegetable stock.
That's right.
Which just adds extra flavour.
Dom, that looks fantastic. I already feel healthier just even looking at that.
I know, and it's a fantastic twist on honey soy chicken. But look, as we said, if you don't have the ingredients, you don't have the time, or you're not confident in the kitchen, you can have this ready in 8 minutes simply by having it from light and easy in your freezer. Lovely.